what Black feminist concerns were raised in this week's reading? And of course, I have a couple of things I can give you off the top of my head.
Okay, let's hear it, Michelle.
Okay.
The first one, there was in one of the chapters, I think it was chapter 4, she mentioned that the reason that so many women went into teaching was because it was a way to help them avoid the lecherous advances of the white man. If they were in the classroom, they didn't have to be the chambermaid,
Right.
you know, and dealing with all that BS.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that I was aware, my mother was a teacher. I was aware there was, a period in history when loads of Black women had gone into the teaching profession, but I had never connected it with, a way of controlling their body. And then the other thing that occurred to me, there was this guy, Gustav something, who said that education was going to make women useless as wives and mothers, and the Black women didn't, they didn't buy the hype. In fact, they seemed to understand at that stage that if anything, education was going to make them useless as doormats. And so, so I thought it was really, I thought it was exciting to see women taking control of their lives like that.
There was a Dr. Clark who said a college education could destroy a woman's reproductive organs.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, they come up with some colorful stuff.
They sure did.
Actually, the educated women, it was a large percentage of them that did not have children, that did not get married.
Right.
So maybe it was messing with the reproduction system. Once you start reading that book, you start doing less of everything else but reading that book. And that is true. That's a fact of that. Because they decided not to get husbands, and I think it might have been 50%, but a large amount did not have children during that time.
Well, only thing that I know is before the late 1800s and 1900s, white men used to be the teachers, and when Black women started becoming teachers, the damn salaries went down. Wonder why?
Oh yeah,
that's the truth. I read that. I read that in the paper that white men, they were mostly teachers.
Yes.
And then when women entered into the workforce, the salaries
they were secretaries too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. And now just imagine, look at the high paying jobs. I don't care what it is. It can be plumbing, mechanics. If there is a majority man or white men doing it, with little education, driving a bulldozer, he's making a hell of a lot more than a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And it's because of gender,
Well, and it's like the fact that this is not a society that that values the role of the mother or the homemaker.
Exactly.
And I say to Venita all the time that if we really understood, or as I was saying to you earlier, we don't seem to recognize how things are connected. And if we really understood the important work that mothers are doing, if we understood that she who rocks the cradle rules the world.
What cradle? Rock the cradle, baby. Rock the cradle. We know what cradle you're talking about.
Well, Joel, the hugging, if you don't get the hugging between 0 and 2, it's a done deal.
That's it.
You know, if we really recognize and value that work appropriately, you know, mothers would be among the highest paid people in society.
You better believe it.
Yeah.
Domestic engineers. That's what I call
Yes.
Yeah.
the CEOs, the CFO, the COO, and every other O plus.
So, you know.
Well, it's very stimulating.
Okay. Any other feminism anybody wants to point out?
Well, I was impressed at the numbers and the variety of professions the black women had. Lawyers.
Yes.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing it. And the other thing, I think it was there was a passage in that talked about the inventions that were created to make homemaking easier
Yes.
worked in reverse for the black woman because she still was required to, keep the home together.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't work for her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they didn't know either. That's for sure.
Okay.
And they didn't know what was my girlfriend with Rufus? Last chapter.
Yes.
Last week. What was her name? No,
Oh,
I forget her name.
I don't
I
know.
don't remember.
but they didn't know her either.
Oh, they didn't know her.
I also like the grassroots organizing when they created the clubs, and then it turned out there were so many clubs that then created different organizations.
Yes, that was
But I think that's what we need today, these small groups, and then coming together.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That was very empowering.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Rose was her name, Venita.
Rose?
Rose left Rufus.
Yes. Okay.
I never wants to truck with any man.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
No, we didn't know Rose. Did not Rose.
You have the book open to that whole sentence, Michelle?
Uh-huh.
Read it,
Could you
Michelle.
read it, please?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Oh. Rose left Rufus. I never marries, she explained. 'Cause one spent enough for this nigga. Whew. After what I done for the massa, Williams vowed, I never wants to truck with any man.
Sound like she
The Lord forgive this colored woman, but he had to excuse me and look for some others for the penicillin.
All right. Oh.
What is that?
I didn't know she was not gonna do anything or become a switch hitter. I didn't know. I know she just like on the move with a man. I know that.
Now that is an anthem.
Don't worry about that. The hell out of here.
Yeah, that's an anthem right there. That's an anthem. But she was not Rufus.
Right.
All right. Well, anything else, Randie?
Mine was the speech. That was a really great Annie speech.
Yes.
That was my moment. That carried me through the whole. That's really all I wanted to talk about tonight. But that's not how the sessions work. So yeah, that was because feminism is also holding your fellow women accountable. And while white women could not have physically done something, because like Joelle said, they were also countering abuse. But they created a platform to talk about their woes and how
Right, and like I'm saying about always doesn't really apply to anything. And so while there were a great number of white women that were oppressed in that era, as there still are today. If you just think of it as today, that you have the oppressed white women and you have Hillary Clinton. So you've got this range, and you always do have this range. So
Yeah.
back then, the women that we were seeing, in this national club movement among white women and black women, these were the upper strata. These were, they had a higher degree of freedom and access than the masses.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That was just my moment. I just love. She did that.
Yeah.
He did that. Yeah.
Yes.
Really, that was really great.